Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Ditching the Spreadsheet and Supercharging Your Deal Making. I am Michael Sand, a Senior Demand Generation Manager here at Affinity, and I am joined by Jeremy Herzog, Product Marketing Manager. The purpose of this webinar is to cover the recent findings that the product marketing team, along with our content team, have discovered after multiple conversations with some of our clients. I think what we were very surprised by are the number of clients and prospects coming to us directly from spreadsheets. And so we went about creating this white paper along with this webinar to go with it as a way to dive a little deeper into that and share some of our findings. So to review the agenda for today, we're going to start with a quick overview of the purpose of this white paper, go into some quick history, discuss the benefits of a CRM, and the benefits of a spreadsheet, what this all means for you, and where Affinity fits in. So to get started, let's go over the purpose of this white paper. And Jeremy, I'll hand it off to you.
All right, thanks, Michael. Well, here at Affinity, we work with relationship-driven businesses. And so what do we mean by that exactly? These are the types of businesses that rely on maintaining long-term, high-value relationships that have a potential to repeatedly impact their bottom line year after year. Industries like investment banking and consulting, for example. And since we're dedicated to helping and continuing to serve these types of industries who heavily rely on their network to grow their business, we want to try to understand at a deep level how these types of businesses tick, walk a mile in their shoes. And through this learning process, as Michael alluded to, we wanted to better understand the landscape, what type of products are being used, what are the obstacles and the challenges that these types of industries are facing when managing relationships. And we noticed a lot of them are coming from spreadsheets with no history of using an official CRM solution. So this realization, led to this type of research initiative. We wanted to better understand why spreadsheets are so sticky in today's business world, but also take the opportunity to surface potential negative impacts that a business might experience through not adopting an actual CRM to help manage their relationships. So I thought we'd maybe go into a quick history of the spreadsheet. Spreadsheets began a long time ago. They've been around for about 60 years now, but they really didn't become a household name and used widely across all types of businesses, small and large, until about 1985 when Excel was released. I'm sure we all have been in Excel. And the product didn't really change for a long time. 20 years later, Google Sheets came out, but still, that product matches the functionality of Excel very closely, even to this day.
Thanks for that, Jeremy. And I think a good place to start would be going to the foundation of a lot of this research, which is spreadsheets. And as you were saying, what makes them so sticky, but also what could be some of the cons of relying on them as a source of single business truth?
Yeah, great question. So, through our research, as well with conversations with current and potential customers, a spreadsheet's appeal and stickiness can be summed up in kind of three areas. One, it's very affordable. Businesses can get up and running quickly. There's no long implementation process either, pretty much plug and play. Second, it's not intimidating or foreign to people really. As I said, we've probably all come in contact with spreadsheets. They've been around a long time. There's that sense of familiarity there. And third, it's a self-serve solution for the most part. You can allow the opportunity to take action on the data instantly, click around, manipulate it any way you want. And that's kind of the themes that we were getting from the positives, why it's continuing to be such a popular tool today. But when we look at spreadsheets specifically as a solution to a business's need to manage their relationships, we've harvested some valuable insights from customer conversations who have shared the reasoning why they were ready to transition from spreadsheets to something new. First being, it's hard to keep a spreadsheet clean. What exactly does that mean? Well, sometimes we enter incorrect data. There's always that risk for human error, and that can just have a ripple effect of incorrect data and disparate spreadsheets. people can view it as, something that's useless and that requires extensive extra work to actually answer the data problem or the data question, excuse me, that you're looking for in that spreadsheet. Second being, spreadsheet data can be very siloed in nature. So, different data existing on different spreadsheets, the same data existing on different spreadsheets that it belong to different owners. It can get very complicated and very siloed quickly. And so that can cause a lot of uncertainty, and uncertainty can lead to extra work and wasted time. Third being, there's a lot of manual work involved with spreadsheets. Everything must be entered by a human. And it can take a lot of time away from other high leverage initiatives and workflows. So that's also another point of friction. Fourth being, kind of due to the three upper points that I just made, at the end of the day, your spreadsheet data can just be incomplete, causing more steps, more time to answer your data-driven questions, walking down the hall to talk to someone in person to try to get first-person information from them, to get better clarity in preparation for a meeting. Just, a lot of extra steps come with manual data and incomplete data. And finally, in summation, all these problems that you encounter in spreadsheets, especially when trying to track these relationships, data can just be lost, due to it being a manual, error-prone, siloed type of experience.
Yeah, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I had reviewed part of what you all had been working on, and going to the incomplete data, I'm wondering if you had any other insights on that, having to do with the potential for missed opportunities there. I think from what I recall reading, it sounds like a few of our clients have had issues in the past of just not having information there and ultimately missing an opportunity that they might have otherwise been able to land, just because they forgot to reach out to someone or didn't realize that an upcoming event was happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've had multiple customers share, due to the fact that either they forgot to enter something into the spreadsheet based on their last conversation with a client. For example, hey, we're not ready to sell our company. Come talk to us back in 3 months. You have that interaction. You're starting to build your rapport with the prospect. But then you kind of forget to put that in that check-in in the spring information into the spreadsheet. That slips out of your mind over time, and then you miss out on an opportunity that was warm to actually win a deal.
Yeah. I mean, those are the types of gut punches that, you just can't afford to have many of those. So
no, today it's just too competitive of an industry and landscape to get too many of those gut punches. Yeah.
And I think, to that end, it would probably be good to start going into some of the benefits of a dedicated CRM. So, maybe cover some of the things that spreadsheets are just not really built to support.
Yeah. So shifting our focus to kind of this general purpose CRM tool, I'm sure you can think of one or two very big companies in this space. And let's kind of dive into some of those benefits about adopting this type of general purpose CRM. So first being, CRMs by nature are perfectly built for companies that do high volume of business and business that is transactional in nature. So think single point of sale transactions, low touch customer interaction type business models. And secondly, all data is stored in one place. So you've got the single source of truth, and really dramatically reduces your data silos. Third, with this single source of truth, your data around your company's customer contacts, accounts, deals, they're all linked together. So making this, various data points interconnected. Fourth, collaboration amongst your team can also improve by using a CRM. Everyone has access to it. Everyone has the freedom to enter data into the contact records. All of that information is viewable by everyone in the company through their own account. So it really helps the transparency there. And lastly, CRM, tracks the changes that you make in real time. So if you're adding a note after a call with a client, or you want to add extra context around that contact or account, you can do that, and everyone can see that as well.
Thanks, Jeremy, for covering some of the benefits of a general purpose CRM. I think what would make sense to go into next would be a more focused tool.
Absolutely. So in today's CRM landscape, there are now different approaches to how a CRM should be built. This has evolved over time. And today, some are broadening their focus to not just tracking relationships, but wanting to build in relationship insights that are baked into the software, help you make smarter decisions on your network and how to leverage it in order to effectively grow your business and your bottom line. So digging into some of the benefits, one being, a relationship intelligence CRM has all the benefits from a general purpose CRM that we covered in the previous slide, but lots of additional benefits as well. One being enriched data. So in addition to the data you would have on a typical spreadsheet or in your CRM, you can get additional enriched data from third-party sources that are very trusted, like PitchBook or Crunchbase, and it's bringing all of this data into one UI in one place. And that's really helpful, to get additional insights that you might have to go out and search for, but having it in one screen just makes you more educated on your network and in the engagements and contacts that you're involved with as a company. Third being, this type of CRM puts a heavier focusing on, helping businesses accurately measure, grow, leverage their relationships that are not only in their own network, but across their entire company. So in covering new ways to build relationships that you might not know that were there. Fourth, being extensive data automation, eliminating any risk of inconsistent manual data entry, human error, lack of CRM adoption. All of these things are eliminated through automatic contact creation, automatic contact management. And so you really have this complete database that you can feel confident about with regards to it being accurate, complete data. Fifth, as part of this relationship intelligence CRMs focus on, relationship intelligence, these types of solutions bring, additional layers of insights to visually show, the strength of your relationships in your network, maybe even providing recommendations on how to grow those relationships, how to expand your business through these relationships, and also pointing you to the right person to reach out to get that right warm introduction to close your next deal. So that was a lot of high level, findings from our research, but let's kind of contextualize that and what does this mean for you? So, businesses that are rooted in these high value relationship centric industries like investment banking and consulting, they're at a very significant disadvantage if they are not adopting a CRM, because in today's age, there are so many software solutions out there that can really have a positive impact on your business and how efficient you are in growing your business and leveraging your professional network. So you really are at a disadvantage if you're not adopting a CRM. And without a CRM, it's very hard to nail down the right time to engage with current and potential clients. Timing is everything. So without a CRM, if you were just using a spreadsheet, it's just really hard to identify the perfect time to reach out to a contact, the perfect person within an organization to reach out to, and to keep track of all the different interactions across your different contacts. If multiple people on your team are engaging with the same people, the same company, and yeah. This can lead to missed opportunities, you know?
It sounds like, just thinking back to some of the disadvantages of spreadsheets that we covered earlier, it sounds like that's kind of the thread that goes through everything. So going from those disadvantages to what a CRM provides, it's boiled down to this issue of timing and the idea that deals are made or lost based off of when you reach out and are you reaching out in the most efficient manner. And so I think that that's what resonated with me after reading the guide, is that you need to adopt whatever tools and practices that will get you to the best timing that you can have, because that's most of the game right there.
Absolutely. With knowing the right timing, knowing who to reach out to, this will really increase your likelihood of being seen, having an opportunity to actually win a project and win a deal. And without these smart tools that are in our world today, you're at a significant disadvantage, and it's really hard to do this all in your brain.
And I think that this third point that you have here too, missing key insights about interaction history, I think what sticks out to me about that point is that's not necessarily a timing thing, or it could be, but it's also more of a saving face thing in a way. Or the way I view it after reading it is it seems like something where you want to appear as competent and in the know as you possibly can. And if you have, one person in your organization reaching out to a potential client, and then a week later, a second person reaching out, and you get those wires crossed and you don't realize it, but the client does, that could be an embarrassing situation. And that seems like something that could cost you a deal too, if you lose face in front of the client. So it seems like this could be, this is something that is clearly an issue with spreadsheets, I think, where you don't have either complete or accurate information as to when someone's reaching out. And I think this will solve a lot of those types of problems.
Absolutely. With the spreadsheet, if you want to add any notes, you got to, kind of make a disparate cell or a different sheet tab. Those are hard to share. And exactly right. You want to show up to meetings smart, and you want to, build upon that brand equity and that stature that you have from your firm. And it's not going to help if you're coming in uneducated or repeating information or questions that were previously asked from previous conversations with the same client, but just a different colleague.
Yeah, well said. And I think that leads us to, where does Affinity fit in? I think we'd be remiss if we didn't take all these findings and then go back up and reconsider both how we've built this product, how we've positioned this product. Does it make sense? So I'm hoping that we can just quickly review some of that.
So here at Affinity, we're dedicated to building a relationship intelligence CRM that serves the exact needs of companies that rely on their professional network to grow their businesses. So here you can kind of see a visual of where we sit in relation to some of these other tools that we've been speaking to. And those that we have spoken to, customers that have already transitioned to Affinity, or potential customers that are considering, some of the reasons why they were attracted to the Affinity experience are as follows. So, in a relationship intelligence focused CRM, you get to benefit from the data automation, relationship intelligence insights, and additional data enrichment that automatically populates alongside your contact and account data. The ability to effectively track and manage every deal and everyone working on it, so nothing slips through the cracks. Analytics and report building based on always up-to-date information that doesn't need to be manually updated in the first place. And also, our customers have shared that they appreciate that Affinity has some qualities similar to why they enjoyed sticking with spreadsheets in the first place. In Affinity, it's not intimidating to learn and to get up to speed. You can easily create new columns, new fields without asking a consultant or a tech guru for help. And you can easily manipulate your data on the fly with just a couple of clicks.
Thank you. Thank you for reviewing all of that, Jeremy. I think that was an awesome recap of some of the highlights of this upcoming guide. For anyone watching, if you have any questions or would like a deeper dive answer into anything specific, please direct those at info@affinity.co, and we will get back to you promptly. And then download the white paper. So this will be released next Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. Anyone who registers for this webinar will be sent a link to download it. But we highly encourage you to download it because while this webinar was interesting, it was just a few of the many highlights that were in it. It was a tremendous white paper, a ton of work for the team, and I would highly encourage everyone here to read it. And thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to catch you for the next one.
Thank you.